Okay guys, so I'm creating a different kind of video today. Now, I normally show you my gameplay with the unlocking of gold guns, my Damascus run, all of that. And it's been a while since I've uploaded anything of good content. But what I want to show you here today, this is mainly for my group that I play with to help them improve. But just to show you my settings. Now this is going to be really difficult to get your head around, but it's actually really easy once you get used to it. So I really urge you and recommend you really try bumper jumper tactical flipped. Now if you look at the button layout, it's crazy. So I'm using literally R1 is my aim, is fire as normal. It's flipped around, so instead of R2 it's now R1. L1 is your aim button, so it's L1 R1, which is much more responsive than L2 R2, by the way. So I really urge you to switch. Even if you don't use bumper jumper, at least flip your buttons. Now all I need to do is show the button layout at the top. So for example, if I was to go just default, and then if I press square, you flip the buttons around, so L1 and R1 will switch to L1 L2, so switch them around, flipped. Okay, so that's square button. Now if I go to bumper jumper, press square, flipped. Now L2 is jump. It's really important as to why you need that. L2 will jump, so you can hold L2 and L1, L2 at the same time, and R1, so you can be jumping over the opposition's bullets. Now bumper jumper flipped, I've also got my tactical R3. Hang on. R3 should not be melee. Hang on, how did I have that before then? Oh, there you go. Bumper jumper tactical flipped. So I had it wrong. So it's bumper jumper tactical flipped. Now that will give you R3 as your crouch button, so you can drop shot with your right analog stick, so you don't need to take your finger off the analog to lay down with circle, which is a hindrance. How often do you stab people in the game? Not very. You lay down a lot more than you stab, so tactical is more important, I urge you. Now bumper jumper flipped is what we're going with. Now I'm using a dead zone of 0.7. That's literally, if you use your controller, each button on your right analog stick is so for example, if I was to put that on 0, my aim would start aiming towards the right on my controller. If I go to 0.4, it stops. So at 0.3 it's slightly moving, but I like 0.7 because when you're on target, if you accidentally knock your right analog stick, it will pull you off point. So if you give yourself a little bit of leeway, so I've got 4 on the leeway there, so 7, and I've gone 7 sensitivity, 7 to vertical, 0.70. It seems pretty low, but on Warzone, at long distance, you kind of need that. And then with the high zoom, the sniper rifles, I go 0.75. The aim response curve type is dynamic. That will keep everything in sync and make it easier for you to aim. And then I go with precision because I'm quite a precise aim. Focusing or precision is what I'd recommend. Now standard is what most people use, but on Warzone, if you're slightly missing your shots with focusing, it will pull your bullets on target for you. So if you struggle to hit the target and stay on the target, use focusing. If you're very precise, then precision will slow down your aim as you go over the target, so I prefer that. And that's it really. I will advise, now it's a bit difficult to use, slide behaviour tap, don't hold it down because it's awkward. Auto move forward, I have that enabled so that when I'm flying in or I'm running across the map, I can just double tap forward and it will run for you. And then I've got automatic tactical sprint because I do the slide cancellation, which makes you a very hard target to hit, especially at distance if people are shooting at you. But that's a lot to take in. Just stick with what I've told you with the bumper jumper tactical flipped. Settings are as you wish, but I'm just going to show you a bot game just to show you how I would use that. So let me just set up a game, local game. No, sorry, come on, bear with me. custom game, game setup, game rules. If I could, okay. So with your bots, if you want to make it like Warzone, just go along to player on the rules, and then put it up to 250. So that's like they've got full plates. That's how I try. And then game type, I'm going to do free for all. Bot setup, I'm going to put 7 in. So the running number of 7 is, and just leave the difficulty on regular. You don't need any more. Use your standard guns that you would use, your go-to guns. I use Hackney Yard because I like the circulation. Yeah, I just want to give you an example of what I can do all at the same time, and it will help you, I promise you. Too many times I watch my videos back and I'm fighting the enemy and they'll be standing there and I'll be standing there, I'm returning fire, they're moving around, I'm standing still, I get dropped pretty easily because I'm such an easy target. I'm going to go with my M4 and MP5. Right, so I'll just double tap forward, I'm not even pushing forward on the controller. I've got my fingers both on L2, so just add a little jump to your shots. Even if they're not looking at you, get used to jumping. And also, if see, I'm pressing L2 as I'm having the gunfights. It makes you so much harder to hit. Something else I want to share. If you approach this corner like this, you're going to be such an easy target. What you need to do is jump like that. Whoa. I got dropped there, but just to show you. So instead of peeking the door like this, if you jump, you get jumper's advantage, peeker's advantage. It's such a thing in this game. Like, you will see the enemy so much earlier than they see you, and it gives you such an advantage. It really does. Yeah, so shotgun, trying to jump away from him. So double tap forwards, let him start moving by himself, and then jump the corner, crosshair, centre the crosshairs, always centre where you think the enemy is going to be. I use stippled grip tape on my, I'll show you my setup for the MP5 and the M4. See, I jumped out of his shot, out of his line, he couldn't shoot me. And bearing in mind that although they're on regular difficulty, the bots, their aim is on point every time. If they get that shot on you, they ain't missing, trust me. They've got that recoil control down. Jump out of these bullets. Oh, I'm in trouble here. Chasing me. Ah, you sucker. Yeah, so just to show you the setups. There's the setup for the M4, pause if you wish. And here's the setup for the MP5. Brilliant setups, I really advise these for Warzone. I do have the Damascus camel, but I'm getting so bored of it now. See, jumping around, using that L2 button effectively. So I can literally jump, lay down, jump, and just to show you a slide cancellation, if you're R3, so bumper, jumper, flips. If I'm sprinting, double tap forwards, auto sprint goes on, and then, oh, I'm going to get dead. Fucking hell. I literally trying to show you something and die. Right, so I'm sprinting forward, double tap R3. R3 is your analog stick, double tap and then jump. Double tap L2. R3 down, L2. So it's basically crouch, crouch, jump. Crouch, crouch, jump. And you'll do the refill your auto sprint. Oh, he's over there. But you get the drift though. Just jump into the shot every time. It makes you such a hard target, and how many times have you died to that person who's jumping over you? The bloody jumpers, they drive me insane. Can't beat them, join them. Right, let's go into the heart of it. Jump round every corner. It just makes it easier to do it without taking your hand off the right analog stick. Jump normally is such a pain. Even the lay down, like if you're using circle to lay down, why not use the right analog stick? It just makes more sense. I can like, otherwise you've got to use the claw to be doing what I'm doing right now. It's just. I'm about to die.
Cluster strike is go for launch.
See, I'm ready for it because I'm putting the crosshairs where I think the enemy's going to be before you aim. Like literally before. You get such a better response time. I'm about to die. Ring-a-ring-a-rosy. Who's faster? Oh, that would be me. It just feels so much more fluid. But I'm literally jumping out the way of these shots. It's so much easier. I cannot stress. I haven't been using this to its full effectiveness. I watched a video this morning about basically jumping out the way on Benny Central. He's a really good YouTuber. I do advise having a look. I watch a lot of Swag as well. He does a lot of this slide cancellation stuff and jumping about. Yeah, so just try and use the bumper jumper tactical flipped, honestly. And it will take a couple of weeks to get used to it, but in the long term you are going to improve on so many levels. But yeah, give it a go.
Now that was a fight.
This is the settings, guys. Give it a whirl. At least try it. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching.